Pete Moore, Mart TV. What I have here is a couple of my semi-custom CZ527 rifles. The 527 is unique amongst their rifles for the simple fact is they are what I would call a mini action. It's based on the Mauser 98 very much. It's a little bit primitive in some ways, a little bit workmanlike, but they certainly do work. And in the UK, the 527 has sort of filled that slot between rim fires and your larger bore full bores. It was introduced in 1989 and discontinued last year in 2021, so it's been around for 32 years, which is pretty good for a rifle. Basically, it's based on an updated version of the Breno Fox, and as I trace back its history, the Fox is the direct result of a rifle called the ZKW465 that originally offered in 22 Hornet in the 1940s. But the rifle was offered in quite a number of options. Caliber wise, it makes it interesting. It does cater for the more compact calibers. You've got 22 Hornet and later on the 17 Hornet, 222 Rem, 223 Rem, 221 Fireball, 6.5 Grendel, 300 Blackout, which is the old 300 Whisper, and the classic Russian 7.62x39. So these two guns are different for me because they say they're semi-customs and I had them built for very different purposes. So let's look a bit closer at the action, how it works, and talk about what I've had done to them. A bit closed up in the action here, and not a lot of difference really. Bolt handle, usual thing. Safety catch is a little bit different because push forward, it's in safe mode. Push back, it's in fire, which is back to front to me, and I've always found it a little bit fiddly, but that's the way it is. The bolt is standard 2 lug with, as can be seen here, a large external sprung extractor, again like a Mauser. Feed is from a box mag. The nice thing about it is they're all box mag guns, and for its age, that's quite a thing. Mag comes out, there's the catch there. It's a 5-shot in most cases, single column box mag, and it can be a little bit funny on feed sometimes, but it's just one of those quirks with the CZ you get used to. It just clips in and that's it. Triggers differ. This is a CZ made gun from the Czech Republic, and it has a single set trigger, so we'll cock it, and then it offers quite a nice break in standard pull, or cock it again if you listen, clicks forward, and that gives you a slightly lighter release. Scope base wise, this is a Barton Gunworks rail I've put on here, but as they come from the box they have two 15mm dovetails, and you get sort of 1-inch rings with them, but a number of companies make other mounts. I've got some very nice rings from Tier 1 that fit on this, and Leopold also makes some as well, because the popularity of the 527 is surprising. It all really started with Riflecraft, who built a gun called the CPR, Compact Precision Rifle, on the 527 chassis. It was originally offered in 22 PPC and 6 PPC, which are incredibly accurate cartridges, and I've tested the 22 version, and that was capable of shooting 1/4-inch groups at 100 meters, which is not too scabby. And the 6mm PPC, it does make quite an effective little mid-range deer rifle. The reason I got interested in this was the 6.5 Grendel, which is on the right. Next to it is an 8x57 Mauser round to show the difference. The Grendel's an intermediate cartridge designed originally to make the AR-15 M16 platform a little bit more accurate and lethal as a military round, but it caught on big time to civilians. And I thought it'll be great to have this in a bolt gun because it would make a nice little woodland stalker. And so I spoke to CZ, told them about my project. This was before they actually produced a 6.5 Grendel version of the gun. And they sent me the action and the stock, which I believe is Kevlar, it's either HS Precision or Bell & Carlson, but it's got an aluminium bedding block. It's a nice solid stock. I sent it off to Riflecraft, and they fitted a Packnor 22-inch barrel to it, or medium weight, tickled the trigger a bit, and it came back, and I have to say I was very impressed with it. Favourite load for this gun is a 100 grain Nosler partition, doing about 2,820 thereabouts, and it's taken a lot of row and muntjac, and it's equally good on foxes. On the front is a little tiny moderator which suits the cartridge, very recoil friendly. This one was a project rifle. My daughter got into shooting, and as you know by law, if they're over 15, they can use your permission and supervision of your firearm. And I wanted to build her something she could shoot easily, wasn't too heavy in recoil, and also I could use as a varminter. So I picked up a Breno Arms CZ527 in 222 from Henry Crank. I did it as a second-hand review, and I rather liked it, and I decided that would be the base of my conversion. This time I used a guy called Edna Walsh from Southern Ireland. He's an excellent stocker and gunsmith, and the problem was working out a stock that would fit myself and my daughter, and Enda sent down some moulds. He moulded our hands, as can be seen here. We used plaster of Paris to perform grips, sent them off to Enda, and what he did, he looked at my daughter's grip and my grip, and he somehow combined the two into a very comfortable pistol grip style thumb hole stock, as you can see here. It's got an adjustable comb, length of pull, and the good thing is that he somehow, with a bit of green laminate he's used, when it's down it matches perfectly. It's not a heavy barreled gun, but it's got quite a heavy reinforce here, and the barrel is seriously semi-fluted. This is a 23-inch barrel. Without a doubt, the Breno Arms rifle is not such good quality in terms of build and sort of dimensions, because when I first put a scope on this, the scope was actually pissed off to the left quite considerably, and I couldn't zero it, and I didn't know what to do. Then I contacted Alan Roan, who imports a lot of different scope mounts, and he sent me these, and basically what they are, you can adjust the scope sideways. So what I did, I put the gun in a workmate vise, trued it up with the spirit level, then put the scope in the mounts and trued that up, and so now the scope has actually come over and is dead in line. This is in 222. Could have done it in 223, but I quite like old cartridges, and they'll be the first to admit that 222 isn't as powerful as 223. There's not a lot in it, and I just rather like the fact it's rather a classic round. So this is the other one, and it gives me quite a sweet little varminter. It'll go out to 300 yards. My pet load is a 55 grain Hornaday VMAX, doing just under 3,000 feet per second, which makes about 1,170 foot-pounds, and it will shoot easily sub MOA. Best screw I've had has been 0.7, and say it's a sweet little rifle. It doesn't like 50 grains. It shoots from about an inch and a bit. On top I've got a Swarovski Z6, which again is quite nice. So that's the other gun. But really, I've had these guns for a long time now. When I got the Grendel in as a different caliber, and it showed me that you could do a lot with a small caliber, and then almost have a classic varminter built in a beautiful classic caliber. So that's it. And now, sadly, the CZ527 is out of print, and I imagine there's lots of them around, certainly in second-hand racks. But if you're looking for a small rifle to fire the cartridges I mentioned, so nothing too huge, easy to carry depending on how it's built, and there's lots of them about, then the CZ527 is probably worth a look if you're looking for a semi-custom gun. Well, I hope you enjoyed that in the old CZ527. These two are still going strong, and I imagine a lot of other guns out there are as well. So, I hope you liked it. If so, tell your mates. Comment. Support the website. If you want to have a talk about anything, as usual, it's pmore.shootingsports@gmail.com. And good and safe shooting.